First opened in 2017. Here's a look inside the one-of-a-kind setting for football. That is Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, the home of the Falcons. The punter, Bradley Pinion, will handle kickoff duties. And off we go here in Atlanta. Here comes the all-pro returner from last year, Rashid Shaheed. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Rattler to open with a pass. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Second and a yard. Off the RPO, that's going to be caught by Cooks. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
And I like the idea of moving the pocket. It makes it harder for the defense to rush the passer, but you have to account for the end man on the line of scrimmage, and that guy's job is to set an edge. Nobody gets outside of me. In this case, the quarterback. You've got to be better protecting your edges anytime you put your quarterback on the move.
Throwing now is Rattler. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara.
So often, sacks, especially on 1st down, can be drive killers. But their ability here to take this from 2nd and long to 3rd and short, they've got a really good opportunity here, Mike. If they don't get it on 3rd, don't be surprised if they go for it on 4th.
You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Here's Rattler. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs.
So on these play calls, Mike, on 3rd and inches, typically how it goes is we're going to try to take a shot. Then there's a medium zone option. And then the last resort is just pick up the 1st down with something underneath and get that fresh set of downs. So in this case, he settles for the underneath throw, but it's still enough to pick up the 1st down.
That one into the hands of Hill. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Olave is the motion man. Looking to throw. Rattler. That's deep for Olave. And that's going to be intercepted. A.J. Terrell has it. And the Falcons will take over possession here at the 44.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look.
Here we go, set.
Now the second-year man out of Texas, Bijan Robinson. And he'll take this to about the 46-yard line. Demario Davis there on the play. Second down and 8. They'll go again with Robinson. He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. Kool-Aid McKinstry up to make the tackle. Here's 3rd and 7.
Let's go. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Pitts is the man in motion. On 3rd down, Penix. That's caught right side. It's London. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
Mike, I don't really even think this is much of a conversation. On the plus side of the 50, I think you've got to keep your offense on the field, stay aggressive, and try to maintain possession. You get field position like this, you want to make sure this drive ends with some sort of points.
Ready up.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
Ready. Go.
They'll try to sneak it here. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down as he pushes forward for a couple on 4th and inches.
Pretty simple here, Mike. Every team, they have this sheet up in the box. It's their own analytics telling them when to go for it, when not to go for it. And in this spot, their metrics say go for it, sneaks the call, 1st down.
Here's Robinson. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Penix. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
Cowboy 80. 18, Pioneer. Go. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Pitts is the man in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Penix. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation. And for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And this is going to work out for them. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10.
19,
First carry now for Alvin Kamara. And so much for being backed up, he takes this beyond the 25-yard line.
Nice pick up there by Alvin Kamara. And when you think about his career, Mike, the fact that for 7 straight years he's over 1,100 yards from scrimmage, that's the consistency. That's the ability to impact the game both as a runner and as a receiver that really makes him stand out from a lot of the other running backs in the league.
To the left side, in the hands of Hill. And he will will have this at midfield, forced out of bounds there. That's another quick first down, and that's a 25-yard gain.
Buffalo 18. Viking 18. And up. Trap 60. Trap 60. 18 come.
Now Rattler gonna throw. He'll go right and find his running back. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down.
Well, it's been pretty clear this offense has wanted to get this running back involved in the passing game here in the first half. And with the success they've found, I expect the rest of the game to go very similar.
So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. 0-0 is the score. Greg and I back in Atlanta after this. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 70 Lions.
Pistol give to Kamara. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
Here we go. Set.
In motion is Hill. He'll go again here with Kamara. And he'll be near the first down marker. Let's call it a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down. Throwing is Rattler. That's caught by Miller. He's going to have the first down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
3rd and inches, you see a lot of teams try to take a shot. Why, Mike? Because they know on 4th and inches, they still have a chance to convert the first down. The shot wasn't there, but they're still able to pick up a nice gain and convert and bring up first down.
Cooks going in motion. To throw, it's Rattler. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Brandon Cooks. Touchdown, Saints. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Couldn't take the chance. They're going to return it from the goal line. They get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. Room to run at the 35. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That pickup good for 29 yards.
Nice run that time, and Bijan Robinson, I mean, what can you say, Mike, about his rookie season? Over 1,400 yards from scrimmage, and you know what the crazy part is? I think there's a lot of room for him to continue to improve both himself and the system that he's operating in. The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
60
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. On the handoff, it's Robinson. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
3rd and 6. So now the Saints will use the first of their 3 timeouts. Here comes 3rd and 6.
Go! 79 Broncos. Warriors 70. Street. And hey! Mustang 19. Bronco 80.
From the gun, here is Penix.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Throwing now, Penix on 1st down. Got his man at the 6. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves 1st and goal inside the low red zone.
Gray brought in motion. Only a yard there. Tackle made at the 5. Here comes 2nd and goal. It's a give up the middle to Robinson. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7.
And now with that stop on 2nd and goal, the defense really flips the advantage to their own favor. 3rd and goal from this length. I think now they can play a lot more pass-heavy defense and not be so concerned with the run game.
On 3rd and goal, it's Penix. He'll try to... And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Michael Penix. Touchdown, Falcons. Younghoe Koo now for the extra point. He gets it to go. And the Falcons will level things out at 7 apiece. We're on top, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. And no run back here. It's a touchback, but with the new rule in effect, with the ball bouncing in the landing zone, they'll start this drive at their own 20. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Rattler now back to throw. That is intercepted. That's the safety, Jesse Bates. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw him a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
Let's go now.
On 1st down, it's Penix. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go, set. Ready, go.
Throw to the right flat. It is caught. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
Nice job there, getting the ball to your slot receiver and then letting him get to work. It's a nice feeling as a quarterback when you can just have a short throw, still result in a big game.
On first down, it's Robinson. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down.
Let's go.
Back to throw. Here's Penix. He's got his big tight end. Kyle Pitts. Touchdown Atlanta.
So this is a simple case, Mike, of just let's make this easy. Let's just give my quarterback a big target in the end zone and just say, hey, big tight end, find space, get open, stay open, and I'm going to throw this ball through your chest, and you just got to hang on to it.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. A return now from the 4. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. First and 10. In motion is Hill. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Back deep for Olave. That is hard. And he will take this one in. 75 yards. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mevis, good on the extra point. And the Saints will tie things up. We are all even at 14. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Now the lefty Penix on first down. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
Based on the routes downfield, it looked like the protection was designed to give the quarterback a little bit more time to wait for things to uncover downfield. So give credit up front to the defensive line. Immediate pressure early speeds up the quarterback's clock. He's got no choice than to get rid of it, probably a little bit earlier than he would have preferred.
And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
On first and 10, it's Penix. Open man downfield, that's London. And he will go all the way. Drake London, touchdown Falcon. On is Coop for the point after. His kick is good. And the Falcons have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And this will be a touchback, but per the new rules, since the ball hit in the landing area, the drive does start at the 20-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Chris Olave, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing now from the gun. He'll look middle here. It's caught by Hill. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Throwing now is Rattler. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Here's Rattler. That deep for Olave. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Here we go.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Falcons 21, Saints 14.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. I like we're going to play a big role in who wins this one. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. Wow, they are hitting now. Been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on that return. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go now. Check.
Another run here for Robinson. Trying to bounce that outside. It went a long way for a gain of nothing.
You could tell the entire time that running back is just looking for his crease to get vertical and cut back. But the defense does a great job. Inside-out pursuit, strings this ball out towards the sideline. Nowhere to go, and they make a big stop for no gain.
London brought in motion.
19 tight, 19 tight. Back at 60.
Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. And that is incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential. Your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
To return, it's Shaheed. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Looking to throw, Rattler. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. He'll look to throw. Our throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. Oh, a miss hit there off the side of his foot. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds.
At their own 43-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Give left side. Here comes Robinson. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Alontae Taylor is there for the stop. We'll go play action now with Penix. Now he takes off. Oh, the ball is out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a first down. Gray brought in motion. On the ground, it's Robinson. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Whoa! And they'll take this down inside the 35.
The job of the offensive lineman is the key piece to a successful screenplay. They have to balance this fine line between stopping the defensive lineman from getting to the quarterback too quick, but also let that defensive lineman think he's got a free rush at the quarterback. That's the balance and the timing that made this play so successful, and they're able to pick up the first down. Some nose guards in the 3-4 defense, Mike, are just asked to take up space and eat up blockers, but not this guy. He defeats his blocker and makes the tackle. That's playing the nose guard at the next level.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Penix. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Trap 60, trap 60. Check smash, check smash. Cup 19, cup 19.
On 3rd down, Penix. That one is caught by Mooney. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a first down.
Nice grab there by Mooney, and plays like this are really the main reason why the Falcons made it a point to sign him this offseason. And his talent has always been undeniable. He just has to find a way to stay on the field and prove it.
Now Robinson. And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
He is in. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown, Atlanta. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This returnable from the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Olave is the motion man. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. And a nice tackle in the open field limits the gain to only 1. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now Rattler gonna throw. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he's gonna be brought down up past the 45.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
Throwing is Rattler. That's deep for Olave. And he's in. Chris Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. That's his second touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4. Mevis, good on the extra point. The Saints are back to within 7. It's 28-21. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. We'll try the right side with Robinson. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 28-yard line.
So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Throwing is Penix. That's caught right side. It's London. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Look wide, get this one complete, and they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
They'll run with Robinson. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Here's a 2nd and 12. He'll get this out to the left flat. Down the sideline. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Touchdown, Falcons. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown. Koo able to add the extra point. And the Falcons will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. Now, on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. Special teams comes through again. We don't talk about it nearly enough, but sometimes the biggest plays of the game happen like that one. The kickoff return, fumble, recovered, and momentum swings again.
Everybody loves to see a big return, Mike, but the priority of any kick return unit, just give your offense a chance to possess the ball. And in this case, they don't do that. They turn the ball over, and now they find themselves back out there on defense.
They face second down and 7.
Here we go, here we go. Warriors 70. Mustang 19. Hey, smash. Hut, hut.
Looking to throw, it's Penix. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he'll be taken down.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the fourth quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So, really nice job here late. Let's see if they can put this one out of reach.
Ball at the 3, second down and goal.
Here we go, Shaq.
They'll throw. It's Penix. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's fourth down.
As a play caller, those are the plays that just drive you crazy, Mike. You think you're going to pick up the first down, you get tackled just shy of the sticks, and now a little bit of a gamble here on fourth down.
They'll go. It's Robinson. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown, Atlanta. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Koo able to add the extra point. And the Falcons are able to extend the lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And no return here, but since it did hit in that landing area, per the new rule, the ball only comes out to the 20-yard line. Rattler now back to throw. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
He'll tuck it and take off.
The key to a good quarterback scramble, Mike, is knowing when it's time to go from a thrower to a runner. And that's exactly what we saw here. Doesn't get the first down, but he's able to pick up some really positive yards and then get out of bounds.
He'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end, and at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That is caught. Hooks gets the grab. To throw, it's Rattler. He'll get this complete to his man out of the backfield. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
They'll look to throw yet again. This one caught by the back out of the backfield. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. They'll look to throw again. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Back to the air one more time.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
Throwing now is Rattler. His pass taken in by Shaheed. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Third down, 3 to go. Here's Rattler. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that third down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
Looking to throw, Rattler. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate. I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Good drive so far, but this is a big hurdle. It is 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. Open man, right side. He's got it. And the Saints are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle's made here at the 3-yard line.
I think at this point in the game, prior to that third down call, the coach is telling his quarterback, hey, you got 2 downs. This is 4 down territory, but that last completion, I think, saves him from having to make that decision, at least for the time being, barring any penalties. Now, they got 3 or 4 plays that...
And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. We do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having. throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
Looking to double up here, score the touchdown. They want more. They're lining up for an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete. Drake London was the intended receiver there. It's 2nd down.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays, but I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
On 2nd down, here's Penix. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
I think that play probably results in a completion if that protection just holds up a little bit longer. It was that initial pressure in the face of the quarterback that forced him to get rid of that ball a little bit earlier than he wanted. Disrupts that timing, ruins the play.
On 3rd down, it's Robinson. So it's a win here for the Falcons. They finish off the first month of the season perfect, as the victory runs their mark to 4-0. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Falcons are winners as we say so long from Atlanta.